Okay.
Most of them, I think. Are you really videotaping this?
Well, we gotta blur his face.
Crepes on Friday. All right.
He's gotta loosen
Ooh,
up.
there it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's do this. All right, here we go.
Are you good? What does a vocation mean to you?
Vocation, what it means to me is that it's something that you're called to do, whether it be in your career or goals in life. It's instead of just wanting to do something, you feel like you should do it or you're being called to do it.
Next question. How is a vocation and a career different?
If you talk about careers, I think of vocation is like I said, you're called to do it, but then you're also like, it sounds cheesy, but like in your heart, you know you want to do it and it's something you love, something you enjoy. Yeah. Whereas like you could, I mean, a career, you could just be good at something. Yeah. I mean, if you don't, someone who is good at something but doesn't love doing it, some people just do it because they're good at it.
Yeah.
So I think it's part of its, inside, whether you want to, like, you feel you should do it or you want to do it or that type.
Yeah. How is athletic training a vocation to you?
I knew it was something special because my whole life I wanted to be a detective. I wanted to work for the FBI. I wanted to solve crimes. I wanted to do all that stuff. And then once I played football my senior year of high school and I got hurt, and then I started doing rehab, and like I started to take a lot of it upon myself. Yeah. Like I didn't know what I was doing, but like I was always working with the athletic trainer at my high school. And then I started taking some like weekend courses, and like I loved it. I just loved every second of it. And then that's kind of where it like snowballed. Yeah. And then once I got to college, I knew that's what I wanted to do. And so it kind of it happened all just kind of at once. So.
All right. Can you describe how athletic training can relate to anatomy and physiology?
Anatomy can relate to anatomy or physiology. What was the first one?
How can anatomy and physiology relate to athletic training?
Oh, okay. Just because you, let me see that. Okay, first off, the biggest thing is the injury process. So when someone gets injured, it goes through different phases. So the inflammation stage where, you have all this swelling and pain and your body's trying to figure out what's going on with it. Yeah. And then then it can start to heal from there, the healing process, the maturation phase. So knowing the physiology of your body and how your body heals itself, I mean, that's athletic training. When someone gets hurt, you take care of them, you rehab them back to health. So you have to know the physiology of the body and more than just anything else. Okay? Sorry.
All right. Next question. Outside of the career, how does anatomy help you?
I think just knowing where, it's hard. It's hard not to relate it to athletic training because like now I go to Christmas and all the holidays and family members are like, oh, this kind of hurts. This kind of hurts. So for me, I guess it just gives me more of an awareness of like, I guess for myself too, just knowing where things are and like what to look for certain signs of like, whether it's something that's not as serious or something that is serious. That's a hard question though. Yeah. Because I think it does relate to it.
Yeah. Can you recall a situation when you had to use your knowledge of anatomy to solve a problem?
Every day. I mean, someone comes in and says, "Oh, my foot hurts." Well, there's 26 bones in the foot. So it's like, where do we start? It doesn't matter. Someone will come in and they'll say, "Hey, this hurts." You have to know what you're looking at. You have to know where everything is, and that way it'll lead you to the correct diagnosis. So, I use it every day. So.
What area of anatomy is most important when you're at your job?
What area of anatomy? To be honest, I think this is also a hard question too, and I think it's very gray. It's not a black and white question, but I think knowing bony landmarks because everything is connected to the bones. So the bones are your skeletal system. Everything's connected to it. Whether you're working with a ligament, which connects a bone to a bone, or a tendon, which connects a bone to a muscle, everything kind of branches off of the skeletal system. So if I did have to give you an answer, I'd say the bones, the skeletal system is the most important part, because then from there you can work your way into the actual problem.
All right, and then for the last question, can you speculate on how anatomy would be useful as a physical education teacher?
Oh, absolutely. Because I mean, whenever you are physically active, there is a risk of becoming injured. So, I think physical education teachers need to know, or they need to know, a general structure.
Yeah.
General structures. And a lot of times too, I mean, this isn't 100%, but I mean, most people that are physical education teachers, they enjoy being active, and
Yeah.
they at one point in their life they were probably an athlete, and at one point in their life they were probably injured. So it is useful because sometimes athletic trainers aren't there, or like school nurses. I don't even know if they utilize those anymore, but it's good to have a general education. So if something happens during your class, you know how to treat it, or not treat it, but you know the management of it, or what you should do. Like, okay, this knee is dislocated. Like, we need to call 911,
Yeah.
or oh, this person has a bruise. Let's get them some ice, see if we can take down some of that pain. So it's very important. I mean, they're not going to be experts on it because that's not required from their major or their education, but they should have a general knowledge of it.
Yeah. All right, thanks for your time, Mitch.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.